Hey, I'm Heather. Do you love yarn? Love creativity? You belong here at Strings and Threads, your go-to spot for crochet, knitting, and a fun, interactive community. Let's create together. Subscribe now and join the fun. All right, so I just finished the back. It's probably going to be impossible for me to fit the whole thing in screen, but I did finish and weave in the ends, so there's no strands here. So the next part, we're just going to put it together. And so to put it together, find the side that you think is going to be the wrong side. It probably won't matter, unless for some reason you had a knot in one of the sides and you wanted to hide the knot. It's not going to matter because all the rows are double crochet, so both sides should look about the same. So whichever side you choose to be the inside, place the inside part facing out. And then do the same thing now with the top, or the front of the top. I still have mine attached here on the ends. So whichever side you want to be the wrong side, have it showing out. I'm just going to look at both my sides. I think both of my sides are about the same. So, and then, now the next part, I'm going to bring this closer. The next part is solely up to you. I am going to slip stitch the top piece together rather than cutting it and getting a needle and sewing it. So what we'll do, I'll take the stitch marker out. We're going to go through the first stitch from the front of the top, the first stitch from the back of the top, and then we'll take the loop here and we'll just come through so that it's attached. And so now all the way across, if I can find the end of my string, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so now we'll go into the second stitch from the front, the second stitch from the back, and we'll slip stitch. If you're not familiar with slip stitch, you come up as if you're going to do a single crochet, but instead of yarning over, you just go through. Third stitch, line them up front and back, come up and through. Fourth stitch, same thing, go up and through. Now you're going to continue that until you get to the end. And then the V, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to let it go free. If we start slip stitching it together here, then you won't have an opening to put your head through. So just go to where your V, where it starts going down, you just end on that last stitch that you have here, lining them up. And then I'll come back and we'll do the other side. All right, here's how the first one looks. I already cut and weaved in the ends. So now we'll come to the other side. I have to turn it the other way, but we're going to do the exact same thing. So let me find the thread, take the stitch marker out, and we'll do, let me move this closer then too. We'll do the same thing that we did on the other side. So find the first stitch on the back piece, the first stitch on the front piece, and then put the loop in to the hook and just pull it through. Go into the second stitch on the back, the second stitch on the front, and then slip stitch. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side, all the way across until you get to the end of the front panel. So you'll just match them up to about here, and then you're going to have a nice opening for your head. All right, so finish that up and then come back. All right, so I have the top sewn on both sides, and I'm leaving it with the wrong side showing out. So my recommendation for an armhole length, and this is for an adult, is about 10 inches, and 10 inches is about, it's about 25.5 centimeters. But if you don't want to do my recommendation, which is totally fine, you might want a smaller arm opening, or you might want a larger one depending on how you want it to fit or how your body is shaped. You can put this on kind of like a vest over your head, and then just as you're wearing it, put a stitch marker where you think it will be comfortable to have an opening for your armhole. And then just, make sure you measure the same for both sides. Or you can put a stitch marker on both sides where you think the arm opening should be, and then try it on and see if you can take it off through that length of arm opening. And then what we'll do, I'm going to suggest starting at the bottom. I don't have anything attached right now. That way, I feel like if I were to start at the stitch marker and go down, I might not have it quite so even, and I might not end up being exact at the bottom. So I'm going to start at the bottom and go up. And I'm just going to attach some yarn because I'm going to continue to do slip stitch. Now remember, this is the wrong side facing out for both pieces. We're not working on the correct side, or right side, whatever you want to say. You'll go through right at the bottom. Let me move this a little closer. And you'll see how I have the yarn. I'm just going to pull a little bit through. I'm actually, for the first couple of stitches, I'm going to single crochet instead of slip stitch, because I want to catch that tail in there so that it doesn't come loose. So you're just going to find a spot, and I didn't catch the tail. Throw that tail on top of your single crochet and come through, and then single crochet. And now you've got that tail stuck in there. I'll probably do 2, maybe 3 more single crochets before I go to slip stitch. Catch that tail in there. Single crochet. I'm probably going to do 1 more single crochet here. Go through the front and the back. Leave that tail in there. And single crochet. From here on up, I'm just going to go in the front, in the back, and do a slip stitch. All the way up to where I have my stitch marker. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So when you've done both sides, then come back and we'll do the final part here. Okay, I have it all put together, and now I have it turned right side out. And the very last step, it's actually optional, but I think that it really cleans up the edges when you attach yarn and just do single crochet all the way around the V-neck and then around each of the armholes. So I'm going to do that. Of course, it would be optional for you to do that, but I think it, like I said, I really think it cleans up the edges. So once I finish that, I'm going to come back and show you the shirt. And here's the shirt. It feels so good. It is lightweight and perfect for summer.